Macon-Bibb Mayor Lester Miller asked county commissioners to extend a moratorium on new pawn shops in Macon. In January, commissioners voted unanimously to approve a moratorium on pawn shops as well as liquor stores.
The original pawn shop ban lasted 6 months but expired Saturday. Now, if this new extension passes, it will last another 9 months. Ashlyn Webb went to today's meeting and explains why the mayor wants to extend the ban.
To me, it's a slap in the face of all pawn shop owners.
I think it just paints pawn shops in a negative light.
Mayor Lester Miller wants to extend the county's ban on new pawn shops for another 9 months. He says that would give his administration more time to study how pawn shops affect Macon's neighborhoods.
We want to make sure they don't become concentrated in certain areas where it may have an adverse effect.
According to the proposed resolution, Miller argues some pawn shops are leading to violence, poverty, blight, and decreased property values.
And how do we just single out the pawn store?
Pawn shop owners like Ron Richardson and Tony Wood are asking the same questions.
Crime is not caused by pawn shops.
I don't know how we would contribute to blight and low property values. I don't even know how we would contribute to violence.
Richardson and Wood both say stolen items can make it into pawn shops, but that it happens rarely.
2020, which was a pandemic year, only 18 items were confiscated, which is extremely low.
And there's a system for law enforcement to notify a pawnbroker when a stolen item comes into their shops.
A description of every item that comes into this pawn shop and every pawn shop in Macon, and the serial number is downloaded to the sheriff's department every single night.
It's all put into a database where serial numbers are matched, and if there's a match, we get a phone call from the police department next day to put that item on hold.
We don't want stolen stuff. If we get it, it costs me money.
Miller says criminals pawning stolen items is just part of the problem. The county wants to look at the bigger picture, adding that he sees more pawn shops in areas of town struck by poverty than wealthier areas. In Macon, Ashlyn Webb, 13 WMAZ News.
The full commission is set to discuss whether to extend the pawn shop moratorium next week.